Sibo, what are you doing out here?
Oh, I'm just hiking. You see, I'm scared of the woods, so I decided I was going to face my fears.
That's cool.
What are you doing out here?
Oh, my cult meets out here. I'm early, though, like always.
Oh, okay. Well, you want to come with me?
I shouldn't. My sister is going to be out here soon. So.
Oh, cool. So hey, while I've got you here, what are you afraid of?
Definitely spiders. They're so creepy. I was bit by one once, and my shoulder went all huge and...
You've got something on your shoulder now.
What? Ah!
Hey, Sibo.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. Just kind of wandering around.
Same. I'm afraid of the woods, so I decided to go on a hike and just kind of face my fears.
You know, that's awesome. You know, I wish I could do that. I'm afraid of clowns ever since I was a kid. And you know that new It movie? It's made it so much worse.
Fun fact, I actually used to be a party clown for birthdays and bar mitzvahs. The kids hated me, but it paid pretty well. It's actually a growing field. You should look into it.
You were a clown?
Yeah, actually, come to think of it, I think I still got my nose right here.
I gotta go.
Hey, Sibo!
Hey, dude, what's up?
Nothing much. Thought you were scared of the woods.
I am. I'm actually out here trying to face my fears.
Hey, that's a good idea. Maybe I should face my fears.
What are you afraid of?
Parking services, man. They're relentless. The other day I tried that thing when you put an old ticket on your windshield to, try to put them off, but they gave me 4 instead of 1.
Oof, that's rough.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I gotta go. I parked in a staff lot.
Oh, hey Sibo, what's up?
I'm just out here facing my fears of being in the woods. What are you doing out here?
I'm looking for my 6 to 9. You know where Schatzel Hall is?
It's actually back that way. But before you go, what are you afraid of?
Disappointing my friends and family.
Dude, same!
Hey Sibo, I heard what you're doing and I want to face my biggest fear too.
Alright, well, what's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear? It's a live studio audience.
Well, I've got news for you. You're in luck. You can face them tonight because we're live from Bowling Green State University. This is Halloween Tonight.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live in the Kulin Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University. BG Falcon Media presents Halloween Tonight with the Plastic Shanters. Good evening, gals and ghouls. I'm your host, Dominic Ferrante. Welcome to Halloween Tonight because we're spooky and impatient. Happy to have you along with us. Whether you're watching this on TV, Facebook, MySpace, or the mirror on your wall, whatever it may be, thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoy this improv comedy special. We've got an awesome live audience in the studio. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing tonight? So we got Halloween coming up. We got any plans? What are we thinking Halloween costumes? Anybody?
I'm being
Mr. Potato Head. Anybody else? Mr. Potato Head. You guys doing anything fun? Going to some haunted houses? Maybe Cedar Point? Anything fun? Sweet, sweet. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you all for coming along, and especially those of you who are skipping your midterm to be here. We appreciate it, but I'm afraid nothing you see here tonight will be as scary as your final grade in that class you're skipping. We've got a great show for you guys tonight, and we've got the Plastic Shanters on set, and they're going to do some awesome improv for you. But before we get into that, we're going to take a closer look at their last improv show and how they're practicing for this live production.
The Plastic Shatners are Bowling Green's premier short-form improv comedy. So, I'm the director of the Plastic Shatners, which basically means I organize what we do and host our live shows. The best part of being a Plastic Shatner is being able to give back to the community, be able to have these shows, and give Bowling Green a place to come and see some live comedy. The last show went really well. It was a homecoming show, and we had a really good turnout. We felt really good about it.
It's strange, like usually we only get that kind of crowd the first and the last show, but like just because it was our second show, it was like really surprising that we got that many people there.
It was a lot of fun though. It's so much fun to have like big crowds and stuff. It just makes it a lot more exciting.
Oh, we got the book club. Forgot the anniversary. Oh, we need to do it like now, like 5 minutes ago. What's an easy meal? Cereal. Pasta. I choose that one instead.
The best part about being in this group is sort of the bond that we all get to form outside of performing. Because by the end of the year, we get like a really tight-knit family feeling. And definitely, I love performing and making everybody laugh. But on a more personal level, just getting to become the best friends with these people, it's an amazing thing.
I'm excited. I'm a little nervous because it's like, oh, whoa. It's like the real deal. But
I always get nervous, so yeah, probably. I won't be nervous till like 2 minutes before, but yeah, I'll probably be nervous a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I'm fairly nervous about it. The first time being on live television. A lot of worries about, you know, up or anything like that. Can you bleep that part out? I'll clean it up. Yeah, cool. I'll clean it up for the show.
That was just an inside look at the Plastic Shatners homecoming show. Stay tuned for more behind-the-scenes footage of the Shatners throughout the show. We're going to be taking a quick message break. When we come back, the Shatners will be playing Funeral Director. Stick around. We'll be right back here on Halloween Tonight.
Americans are the most generous people on the planet.
You can like wave at it. It wouldn't look.
It's what makes our country so great. Right now, there are millions of people in Africa who are going without food. Young children are the worst off. The UN is calling it the largest humanitarian crisis since 1945. For the first time, a group of American aid organizations are joining together to raise money, awareness, and hope for those who are suffering. This is a country of compassion. It's a place where we help because it's the right thing to do. It's in that spirit that we're asking you to step up and support the Global Emergency Response Coalition's efforts.
Support the Global Emergency Response Coalition by going to globalemergencyresponse.org today.
Alright, so we're going to be playing a game called Funeral Director. To get this started from the audience, I need some objects, so just shout them out for me.
Balloon.
Balloon.
Cork.
Shoestring. Cork.
Pumpkin spice latte.
A pumpkin spice latte. Whenever you guys are ready.
All right, welcome boys and girls. We're gathered here today for the funeral of Mr. Johnson, taught science to 4th graders. I'm Mrs. Robinson. I teach 2nd grades, a little bit down, but we were good friends. But he came to his tragic end. Science experiment went wrong with talking about oxygen versus helium. And he said, kids, do you breathe oxygen or helium? And they said oxygen. He's like, well, let's find out for sure. And so he blew up some balloons. And he's like, just started sucking them in, and his voice was getting higher, and they were all like, oh, this is so funny, and then it wasn't so funny, and all of a sudden, well, now we're here. So, first to speak on Mr. Johnson's behalf is our co-worker, Mrs. Lauren. and she taught 5th graders, so they worked closely at times. Mrs. Lauren?
Mr. Johnson was a little difficult to work with, but I had to do my job and it was okay, and we still talked in the teacher's lounge civilly. An arm almost came at me once, but I'll forgive you, Mr. Johnson. I will forgive you. But anyway, I brought here a shoestringed friendship bracelet because now that Mr. Johnson has passed away, I want to rekindle our friendship as co-workers. So there's one on my wrist. You can't see it, but I'm gonna put this one on Mr. Johnson's. Tie it around. And I hope that in heaven or hell, probably hell, you just forgive me. That's all I gotta say.
Well, besides the use of some not so nice words, that was a beautiful testament, Mrs. Lauren. Thank you. All right, next we have Betsy. She was one of his 4th grade students.
Mr. Johnson, you were the worst teacher I ever had. But you know what? Now that you're dead, I realize you're the 2nd worst teacher I've ever had. The first is her, but that's not what we're here about. We're here about how you taught me to open a wine bottle, which was probably not the best idea as a 4th grader, but I know now. Now I can party at my college and thrive and do the shoot dance and do everything because you taught me how to open the alcohol. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
We're just learning all sorts of new things today. Okay, finally, last but not least, is our lovely janitor at the school, Mr. Boris. And please, what do you have to say?
Hey everybody, I'm Mr. Boris. I work on the janitorial staff at the school in which Mr. Johnson taught. And let me tell you, his science class was always a blast to clean up, okay? Because he just didn't care where all of his experiments went. Isn't that right, Mr. Johnson? You just throw all your garbage on the ground because he's a janitor. I'm the janitor. I clean up those messes. It was always so much fun, Mr. Johnson, to just throw out all your trash on the ground and just say, oh, don't worry, the janitor will pick it up. Well, I'll tell you, I'll pick you up right now, and I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna, okay, maybe I will. But I'm just gonna bring out something that you might recognize, you know, in the afterlife. A pumpkin spice latte. Do you remember this pumpkin spice latte? Do you? I remember it because I was watching you drink it. I watched you, and you knocked it over on a Friday afternoon and it spilled everywhere. Instead of calling the janitorial staff, you let it sit for an entire weekend. So when I came back on Monday, I had to pick it up, all right? You ever picked up a pumpkin spice latte on a Monday morning? Mondays already suck, okay? So I'm just gonna take this latte. I'm just gonna leave it in your casket so it stinks. Always. Rest in peace.
Great! Well, I'm sensing some tension in the room. So to resolve that, I think we're just gonna end things with a little song called Pumpkin Spice That's Nice, to the tune of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Pumpkin spice, that's really nice. Mr. Johnson was a jerk.
Yeah. Smells like
pumpkin in his casket. Now he'll be dead as a basket.
guys get to come and like see what we do in practices. I know it seems like a really goofy thing, but we do a lot of really serious like work and practices, so I'm excited for you guys to see that.
Let's go to the racetrack to Palooza!
We gotta start practice.
What?
What?
Why?
Practice?
Yeah. It's improv.
You don't need to practice?
We don't prepare.
You guys seen Danny?
I don't know.
Danny?
Danny, where could she be?
Why aren't you guys in costumes?
Why are you in a costume?
Your email said Halloween tonight.
That's the name of the show.
I feel like a f***ing idiot.
Alright, can I just get any suggestions?
Extinction.
Asteroid.
Jurassic Park. Purple. Jurassic. Whoa.
This improv show the Shatners will be playing is called Switcheroo. I'm here with the Plastic Shatners director, Sibo Harshberger. Sibo, what is the Switcheroo?
So, Switcheroo is basically a two-person scene, and then anytime I clap my hands, our two players are going to switch characters and have to take over each other's roles.
Sweet, sweet. So the audience is going to pick something and they're going to switch as well?
Yep.
Sweet. Let's see it.
All right, real quick, can I get a non-geographic location?
Attic.
Barnyard.
Elevator. Garden.
The attic.
All right, Jared. I'm looking through the boxes trying to find your grandfather's ashes. And I can't seem to find anything but your old yearbook.
Grandma.
Yeah?
I hope I didn't stumble on him earlier. I kicked over something. I hope it wasn't the ashes.
Oh, well, the ashes were in a vase about the size of a small child. Your grandfather was a large man.
A small child. So would you say about, was it shaped kind of hourglass-like? Like Grandpa?
I think that would be probably the ideal description for it.
How would you know the shape of the vase? Well, I was just guessing from like how Grandpa had a really great body, that the vase would have to be something similar to that.
Oh, yes. In fact, it was very similar when they...
So, I need you to get looking, Sonny. Grandma, I've been looking, I promise.
Wait, where'd you kick it over at?
Well, it was back here. Would this happen to be it?
Oh, dearie! There is a giant crack in that...
in the vase, and I don't think the super glue is gonna fix it.
Most of the ashes
are on the ground, but some of them stayed retained in here. Maybe his head's still in here.
Well...
The head part of the ashes, not his head.
I would say we need to get a vacuum, a sweeper, whatever you may call it in your dialect, and get the ashes and suck them up and put them in the vase.
And see.
You're born.
I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future. In a world that's changing fast. For all of the things you may one day do. Do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do learn from your mistakes. And challenge yourself to grow. Do not be afraid. Or make decisions based in fear. Do it all with confidence and with kindness and strength. Do call your mom and ask her for advice. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life,
Thank you.
what matters to me is that you keep doing. I love you always, Mom.
That was incredible, Sibo. Let's give our audience one more big round of applause for our two actors.
All right, so this next game we're going to be playing is called Film Noir.
All right, let's get a little inside look of it.
Yeah, it's a two-person scene, and it's basically just done in a noir style like a movie.
Okay, sweet. Let's check it out.
So can we get a non-geographic location for him?
The parlor.
The parlor.
It was a slightly warm Tuesday night. I had a rough day at work. You know, working as a gym teacher in school, it's a tough job. Not many people can do it. But when I do it, and I do it often, I like to go to the bar afterwards for a nice cold drink. Hey, I'd like a nice cold drink. I teach gym at the school. It's a hard job.
Well, I don't know why you're coming to my bar asking for a drink.
Well, it's the closest bar to the school. As close as bars can be to schools, obviously. I knew you couldn't have a bar too close to a school. It's not safe for the children.
When I said I didn't know why he was coming to my bar to drink, I meant because it's an all-woman bar. And he's a male gym teacher, so it's not really a safe space for him.
I just like a cold beverage. You could just give me. Why are you so afraid? Sometimes people say I come on too strong. It's probably because I'm a gym teacher and I'm ripped. I'm sorry if I came on too strong. I do teach gym.
I can tell you're pretty ripped. Let me step behind the bar. I have to discuss this with the manager. I am the manager, but I just need a moment to collect myself. I haven't been this close to a man in approximately 17.5 months. I'll just be right back with that. Do you have a preference?
I'd like a cold beer. The coldest of manliest variety, of course. I'm a gym teacher. I deserve this. Normally, I'm already too drunk to decide what beer I want. So that's why this decision has been tough.
I found an old, how do you say it, Bud Light? Our palate here is usually more refined than this, but I understand this is good for you.
Good for me, because I'm a gym teacher, because I can handle some hearty brews like a Bud Light. I know it's not easy to put this down, but I'll do it with ease, because I'm a gym teacher. That was good. Hearty.
That Bud Light's been sitting in the back of our freezer for 17.5 months. The only one who drank them was my ex-boyfriend, Jeremy.
Is this supposed to be icy? Tastes, there's like little pieces of ice in here.
Yes, well, It's been in the back, so it probably got a little slushy.
Oh, well, I can handle it. I'm a gym teacher. I don't know why she was being so standoffish. It's like she doesn't see many gym teachers come in here. I noticed how there weren't many other people in this bar on this Tuesday night. It's a little odd. Huh.
The truth is, when we broke up, Jeremy, who also worked at the school, took all our friends with him, so no one comes to my bar anymore. Say, you work at the school down yonder, about as close as a school can be to this bar, right?
Just about as close as a school could be to a bar. That's safe for children.
And scene.
Alright guys, good practice. So we're going to end with a compliment circle, so if you want to start, Cam.
Okay, Anna, I really like your ability to improvise, but you know what I like the most? Is how hard you tried in making your hair brown. It looks great. She was going for mahogany and ended up with fuchsia. I think I'm going to be sick to my stomach.
Oh, you're always so put together. Yeah. Also your ability to keep calm in stressful situations, especially when people, yell at you sometimes. You're always there. You're always sitting there with a smile on your face, ready to take anything. Thank you. It's not even Halloween. What a attention whore.
Sam. 8th floor, Offenhauer East, room 803, left side of the room. That's all.
Thanks, Danny. Isaac.
What's up?
I'm just so happy that you're the new assistant director. You're just trying your best.
Trevor, I love being in scenes with you. You try to make jokes like me. You try to sit like me. You try to dress like me. You even try to look like me.
Thank you. I didn't think he'd notice.
Julia, you're starting to smell better and better. Glad you took my advice. You just smell like a flower.
Like, thank you. The best director ever. Like, I couldn't ask for anyone better. The way you give us, like, advice and stuff, like, just the best director ever.
I need more scenes. I wasn't in enough last time. Yeah.
So yeah, the new team is great. We're all getting along pretty well, and I'm sorry. Is she gonna be there the whole time?
Well, that's our show, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed it. Give it up for our amazing cast, the Plastic Shatners.
So we've got up this Friday, actually, Ed 115 at 7 p.m. So come check it out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, SIBO. Check out their next big show. Big thanks again to the Plastic Shatners. You guys were hilarious and amazing to work with. Thank you so much. We had an amazing time working on this production. Also, the production crew. We couldn't have done it without their time and effort. Last but not least, thanks to our studio audience. Give yourselves a hand. You were all great. Thank you so much for coming out. Once again, thanks for watching Halloween Tonight from all the cast and crew. Have a great rest of your night and have a happy Halloween. Good night, everyone.